Aaron's up. He says, I'm really fuzzy about using Google My Maps. Does it help to create a My Maps with points of interest in the area, then creating lines to my business location to indicate travel distance and a relationship with that location? Yes, that works really well. Now, if you have a storefront business, right? So a business where customers come to your place of business, then yes, you would do it that way, where essentially you would have, you know, your address, because it's not hidden, right? And then you would go from points of interest and then create driving directions to your location. Alternatively, if it's a service area business, you can do it the other way around, which is create driving directions from your business to points of interest, right, within the service area. However, if you're not publishing your address, which if it's a service area business, in 95% of the cases, you're not supposed to have your physical location published for service area businesses, then you could just use something like City Center, or like from, you know, City Center from where your business is located, and use that as kind of the central point with the driving directions going out to the points of interest. The idea here is also to create geo posts on your main money site too, as well. So blog posts that talk about those areas where those points of interest are, right? So you create basically optimized posts, blog posts that are optimized for that particular location, and publish them. And you can actually create location-based silos on your site. You can do it that way too. By the way, these can be like hidden blog posts. In other words, they don't have to be public. They're just used for SEO purposes. And it does work well, because we've done that in the past, or I've done that in the past for Google Maps listings that had been pigeon filtered, which means Google Maps was kind of hiding them, even though there wasn't really a penalty. They were being hidden because they were considered too closely related to a similar business, and Google, for whatever reason, chose another business and would kind of ghost a GMB listing. It was a pigeon filter. And one of the ways to get around that was doing similar to what you're asking about, Aaron, which is doing these geo posts, and that works fairly well. So that's a good question. Anybody want to comment on that?
Yeah, My Map as a standalone product in and of, I'm not sure how much power you can get from that. I would recommend starting out with a DriveStack and G site and the My Map that we build out, and either building out the My Map or building out additional My Maps, which you would then embed on the money site. Then you could carry all of that relevance through, since everything is tied together. But as a standalone, we had a similar question in the mastermind, by the way, and my answer is going to stand firm that I don't recommend it as a standalone. You could push just so much more power and relevance when you relate everything inside a DriveStack and the companion G site, and then inner pages on the G site that target the inner pages on the money site.
Yeah, and to be clear, Aaron, when I say create blog posts, what you do is you would create a blog post about the one particular area that, like, for example, if you've got 5 areas that you service or that you want to target specifically, each blog post would have its own My Map with driving directions from your point of, or from the point of interest back to your business, if you're a storefront business, or vice versa if it's a service area business. That, so that you would have literally like 5 different My Maps in this example, right? So each one would have its own, and then you can have one My Map that has kind of all of them together. But what I'm saying is, for the individual posts that are optimized for one particular location, you would just have that My Map on there. And then, like Marco said, but you're better off also including those, mirroring those onto the G site, because again, you can mirror the blog posts onto the G site, embed the blog post in there along with the My Map, and then those become link building targets. So, but yes, you can do that kind of stuff, and it does add relevancy.